Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions, by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry giant on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Makarand Subhedar, an enterprise leader aged over nearly 3 decades of distinguished experience in technology and business operations. He is a notable figure in the realms of global capability centers in India. His illustrious career has been marked by exceptional qualities characterized by strategic thinking, stakeholder influence, and the successful delivery of strategic initiatives that maximize investments. He has left an indelible mark in the field with accomplishments that span across various domains, including IT strategy and delivery, enterprise functions, team leadership, and global collaboration. With over 1.5 decades of retail experience, garnered from roles at retail giants like Target and J.C. Penney, the latter being the latest, he boasts an extensive background in Fortune 500 companies such as GE, Visa, and E.D.S. His tenure at both included establishing and nurturing global capability centers in India, where he played a pivotal role in driving business goals through technology innovations. With that, to begin with, could you let our viewers know in brief about your career journey so far?
Yeah, sure, Sunny. So my career graph spans into 3 phases. First, I started my professional career as an individual contributor after completing my graduation. I started in India and then I moved to US. It was a great experience to learn diverse business domains like finance, healthcare, e-commerce. I needed to constantly upskill myself on new technologies, design pattern, delivery methodologies. It gave me immense satisfaction to implement technology solutions to the business problems. Experience of working in US and Europe helped me understand the cultural context and business ethics, I think, which is a key to establish relationship and manage stakeholders globally. During the second phase, I started honing my leadership skills by spearheading technology teams. I learned leadership traits like setting direction and goal for my teams, engaging and inspiring them, talent management, managing the execution, or driving for results. I really enjoyed my leadership role where I was contributing to company's goal with help of my team. And at that point, I decided to pursue leadership career path. So my next transition came in when I became part of key management personnel team, where my span of influence increased significantly. I was managing large portfolios, strategic initiative, started leading other leaders. I took keen interest in understanding how my work impacts the overall enterprise. It was a privilege to be part of global capability centers, where I was responsible for establishing it. And serving as a board member later provided me that whole organization-wide view of what is happening in the organization and industry. And also, I learned about corporate governance. So just to kind of summarize my journey of almost 3 decades, it was all about learning, challenging the status quo, delivering value, and embracing new opportunities with enthusiasm. At this juncture, I'm looking forward to the next chapter of my career. Being an independent director, I can certainly contribute and add value to the organization globally. It will be a wonderful opportunity to share my knowledge, experience, and also learn from fellow board members, management, and stakeholders.
Mr. Subhedar, thank you for the excellent start to this interview. And I must say your career journey is truly inspiring.
Thank you.
So continuing our conversation, our viewers would like to know, Could you share some specific examples of how you have leveraged technology innovation to drive business goals during your career?
Sure. I would like to kind of call out a couple of examples. First, I was working with a US retailer, and unfortunately, it got hit by a huge data breach. So this resulted in huge monetary loss, where confidential personal information of several customers, including their credit card numbers and others, was kind of compromised. So there was a pressing need to reestablish customer trust, rebuild the brand, of course, after fixing the systems and processes. The CEO swore in front of US Congress to fix this in a record time. I leveraged cutting-edge technology, innovation, and industry best practice to build secure IT systems. I led India team, which was responsible for re-architecture and implementation of enterprise systems. We issued 20 million EMV cards, which was new at that point, for all our customers. We migrated our payment switch from legacy to PCI compliant SaaS solution. We encrypted card personal information using EMV. We also modernized point of sale systems and payment device across all the stores. It was almost 1,600. So we improved PIN handling capability and consolidated all authorizations to a single vendor. Just to give you kind of example, the certification process was 4 months long, and it included 8 global vendors. Even a single code issue would have forced us to restart the certification process all over again, and there was a risk of missing the timeline. So we have to think out of the box to deliver the program successfully. We leverage different techniques like code scanning tools, automated unit testing, introduced continuous integration, which was quite new at that time, robust governance across all levels. The program was huge success, and we received the appreciation. Another example I quickly want to share was about our e-commerce journey. So our online business was almost $1.4 billion US, and it was hosted on a third-party e-commerce vendor. So board made a strategic decision that we will rebuild our own platform in just 18 months because the contract was coming to an end. It was a huge challenge. And I was responsible for setting up online operations from US, India, and Uruguay. I led successful adoption of product model, agile transformation, and integration of business teams with site reliability engineering. I set up various new capabilities for the organization like build, monitoring, reporting, analytics, and issue resolution. This helped to implement in-house capabilities on a new platform, and we could differentiate the experience for the customers and really add value. So these are a couple of examples, and I want to call out that it gave me immense pride and satisfaction to let this turnaround stories for the organization. And I will always kind of share this experience.
It sounds incredible. So, Mr. Subhedar, as someone who has worked with Fortune 500 companies, what unique challenges and opportunities have you encountered as a board member in MNC?
Yeah. So, as a board member of Fortune 500 company in India, I think it is imperative for me first to understand the parent organization in terms of culture, values, businesses, and corporate strategy. I would strongly recommend anyone to invest time and effort in visiting company headquarters, other global offices, and facilities like warehouse, stores, vendors. I really enjoyed interacting with board members, leaders, customers to gather varied perspectives. It is critical that when you set up organization in India, it is not just the extension, but it's another footprint. The next one need to have a clear vision and roadmap for an organization in terms of capability building, operational excellence, innovation, and talent. So now coming to the challenge, I think the first challenge was to establish right culture in India. The board has to make a priority to strike a delicate balance between think global and act local. You need to educate MNCs about the local context in terms of compliance, labor laws, market, consumer profile, taxation, talent, and so on. It is always a journey where board need to set clear and challenging goals and hold management also responsible for it. There were immense opportunities. I think first and foremost is to adding value through innovation. I think we can leverage the internal talent which we have, and setting right culture, as I mentioned earlier, was the kind of key. Also, we need to ensure that we encourage risk-taking, collaboration, support out-of-box thinking, recognize wins, and most importantly, learn from our failures very fast, right? So open communication from board and management, it was essential. The another opportunity was to share best practices with global offices and also back with headquarters. Once the organization established itself in India, we need to have a roadmap to build industry connect, establish the brand locally, forge strong partnership with government and other industry council like NASSCOM. We also leverage local startup through accelerator programs and connected with various educational institutions for R&D. India is a great talent and we should strive for more patents. It is really heartening to see how MNCs continue to evolve in India, and I'm glad that I was part of the journey.
Great. Amazing. So now that we have discussed your career journey, your roles and responsibilities, the challenges that you have overcome, okay, let's dive into the topic of ESG and corporate governance. So here is my question to you, and a very obvious one. How and when did you develop an interest in ESG?
Okay. So a bit on personal information. So as an enthusiastic marathoner, I have participated in several running events in India as well as abroad. So I have been also associated with non-government organization, NGO, called Bangalore Sports Foundation, basically to bring community and sports together. So my experience with Green Initiative started several years back when I was serving as a volunteer for various running events. And I have always advocated for eliminating the paper cups during the running events and recycling of the plastic what we have been using. I also participated in plugging drives, basically to support these causes. I have been encouraging my running community to donate their used running shoes, which are of course in good condition, for refurbishing. This has been really helping to achieve the reuse goal and also serve in underprivileged section of our society. So personally, I have been using running gear, which is made up of natural material like bamboo. I have also been a firm believer of harnessing power of natural resources and support the use of solar power for my domestic use. I believe my contribution to sustainability are just a kind of beginning, and there is a long way to kind of go ahead. I am personally looking forward to learn more about ESG, and while working on a board, will definitely provide me that much needed impetus and exposure to support and resolve more complex and real-time problems. So I'm really looking forward to grow my knowledge and experience in this particular phase.
Absolutely. So as a corporate governance expert and someone upping his game in the ESG space, what values do you bring to the table?
Sure. So I will answer this in two parts. First, on a personal level and professional level. I think on a personal front, being resilient, adaptable, and highly accountable are my strong suits. So I have always responded constructively and resourcefully to any new demands or priorities. So whenever I'm faced with adversities or constraints, I demonstrated flexibility and resilience while responding to it. Just to give you a few examples, despite having all my past experience in technology, I was kind of selected to lead business operations to set it up globally. I have delivered successfully on a lot of strategic and complex initiatives for the organization. I think a couple of them I already kind of shared with you earlier. So I have a successful track record of establishing an environment where integrity is the norm. I hold myself and others accountable to demonstrate support and alignment with organization vision, mission, and values. I demonstrated it while establishing 2 MNCs in India, and I really enjoyed leading large teams and strategic programs. So now coming on to the professional level, I'm really good at building strong partnership globally and facilitate consensus among different stakeholders. In my opinion, we can leverage diverse perspective and even conflicts constructively for risk management and generate more effective solution. It was really my privilege to be part of Fortune 500 companies where I honed my leadership skills for a time and I became a board member. I really enjoyed opportunities to lead enterprise initiatives and mentor other leaders. I served on 2 committees, Corporate Social Responsibility, which is CSR, Nomination and Remuneration Committee, NRC. So after enriching corporate career, now I'm looking forward to contribute to the board of different industries. And I'm confident that my global leadership expertise, strategic thinking, collaboration skills and the board experience would certainly help me to add value to the different organizations.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Subhedar. So since you belong to the technology space, here is my question to you, which is divided into two parts. So part A is, what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology? And part B is, what changes do you expect to see with advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, Web 3.0, etc.?
Yeah. So during my career, which is spanning almost 3 decades, of course, I have witnessed impact of technology, which is evolved from being a productivity tool to enabler to key differentiator to a disruptor, right? Technology has transformed several industries and changed our life. So retail industry, where I had a lot of experience in the recent past, technology forced traditional brick and mortar stores to go online and then transform into multi-channel and then omni-channel. In e-commerce space, AR, VR really helping customers to try out merchandise from comfort of their homes digitally. Personalization of content, coupons, offer, services, these are the key to engage and inspire customers with outstanding experience. And these are the ones which are driving loyalty and hence driving the business growth rate. So in my opinion, the most impactful and remarkable change was how ML is being used for content generation. So with ChatGPT, it has become quite easy to make pseudo-unique content. There is also a newish technology called super resolution that's been rave lately in terms of graphics and gaming space. It has been great in increasing the picture quality and performs better even on budget devices. So the industries relying most heavily on knowledge work are likely to see more disruption due to AI. I think banking, pharma, education, some of these kind of examples. I think you spoke about big data. I think big data technology has matured and it is embraced by several industries as we all are experiencing. Coming to Web3, Web3 certainly has a potential to change how information is being managed and how internet is monetized. Maybe it will change the way today's internet companies will evolve in the future. However, there are some key challenges at this point, especially Web3 is mainly you can see in financial service industry, where the challenges are around regulatory, right? Some examples are like know your customers, legality of contract, or like consumer or investor protection, right? Other challenges with Web3 are around poor user experience. And still, I would say utility of MFT is not very clear to many. But it is interesting to see how Web3 space is going to evolve and impact all of us, right? Now, coming to the risk of technology, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, I think there are two topmost risks. One is cybersecurity, and second is inaccuracy of AI. As you have experienced and seen, technology has raised serious ethical and privacy concerns like never before. It will be interesting to see how these challenges will be tackled in the future, as potentially this could restrict the wide adoption of technologies, especially the new and emerging technologies. So I think this is a space which I'm watching out like any other, and curious to see the how this space would evolve.
Thank you for sharing such amazing insights into the subject, Mr. Subhedar. So this brings us to the last question of the session. We are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole team of World Development Corporation?
First and foremost, I would like to thank Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the entire World Development Corporation team. I think you have embarked upon this noble initiative, and I want to congratulate all of you to bringing experienced professional like me on this platform, where we can hone our knowledge around environment, social, corporate governance, right? So you have been already helping a lot of organizations training their directors on board effectiveness. I see that you're also training aspiring professionals to gain access to the board. So you're really kind of acting as a great bridge and facilitator. I appreciate that you are striving to raising the bar on corporate governance space. And you have been impacting several industries, regulatory agencies, stakeholders there are different stakeholders, whether it's a consumer, vendor, supplier. But I think last but not least is the society, right, which we all kind of live in. And the influence and the impact that you have on global economy and environment, I'm sure it is going to grow exponentially over the period of years. It is just kind of a, I would say, great beginning. So I wish all of you very best for this journey. And it is my privilege to be associated with you. Thank you again. And I look forward to an enriching association with you when I look forward to enhance my ESG, corporate governance, and all of the knowledge. So really, thank you from bottom of my heart. It was a great pleasure to have interacted with you today.
Great. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Makarand Subhedar, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Thank you, Sunny. Thank you a lot.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Bye-bye.